Hi, welcome to this video. What I'm going to show how to create a dynamic PDF letter using Power Automate. So let's just jump into it. First thing we will need is a template. So this is a template of your letter. So this is how your letter is going to look. Your logo, your signatures, street address, or anything that's not dynamic, anything that's static, um, will be here. And then what we will need to add is what we need to add is content controls, which are going to be the values which are going to be filled up dynamically based on what you have on your data source, right? So in my case, I have recipients and I have paragraph one uh, as dynamic content. And here I was just creating one to show you how you create this field contents. So for example, you have to have the developer tab enabled. When you have the developer tab enabled, you will click on this button, this option, you select this option, and that will enable the content control. You can pass some name here, like let's say paragraph 2. And the next thing you have to do is when you have it selected, you will have to come to properties, um, and you give it you give the content a name, a title, and a tag, right? So I'll do the same, and that's how you basically create the content control. In my scenario, I already created my template, and I had saved it in OneDrive. So that's the next step. Once you have your template created, you will go ahead and upload it to OneDrive. For example, here's my template. So as you can see, we have recipient and we have paragraph one as the two dynamic fields we're going to use. Now let's imagine that now you had letters which need to be generated daily or weekly, monthly, multiple times a day, you name it, and the data will come dynamically from the data source. In my scenario, I'm just using a SharePoint list where I have this uh, record which only has an email body per se, and this will be this is what needs to go into the body of the letter or the paragraph one that we see here, right? So with that said, we can go to our flow, and my flow, which is a manual trigger, just because this is just a showing purpose. And now this is get items, which is basically going to grab the record in that SharePoint list that I just showed you. So there is only one, and not passing any parameters or anything. Um, but you can modify as per your needs. After we get the record, then we can call this action, which is the populated Microsoft Word template, where we are going to select the location and the file that we uploaded to OneDrive. So basically, this is the template that we're going to be using, right? So we need to go and select that. That's what I did there. And as you can see, it shows paragraph one and recipient, which are the two dynamic content that we added to our template, right? So in my case, for recipient, I'm just hard coding community. For paragraph one, I'm just passing the e-body, right? So if we go back to our SharePoint list, the e-body column of the item that we're getting from get items, right? And that's the formula. In my case, I only have one, so I'm selecting just the first item from the array, simple enough, right? Uh, Once we do this, we need to call this other action, which is called create a file. So to create a file, we basically pick the folder path where we want the file that's being created uh, to be saved. We give the name of the file that we are creating, and we need to give the body or like the file content, which is basically going to be populated with uh, the body of this action here. So you can select that dynamic here. When you get dynamic values, it would be that option, right? Populate Word template, and you select Microsoft Word document. So this is going to create a Word document, and it's going to save it inside this folder. Right now we don't have anything, we still haven't run the flow. And next step is to convert that Word document into a PDF. To do that, we will select the convert file action. We will pass the ID from uh, the resulting um, the resulting action, um, right? So it will give you that ID here. You select that. Our target type is the PDF because we're trying to convert to PDF here. And lastly, we need to create a file similar how we did here, but in this case, it's going to use the body from the convert file action, and I pass the .pdf extension. Okay, so let's run our flow. Okay, if we go to OneDrive, let's refresh. Now we have the Word document that got created. We open that. Okay, so you can see how recipient is changed to community and paragraph 1 is changed to everything that's in the SharePoint list. If we want to see the PDF letter, so it got created successfully as well. And this all coming from being generated dynamically from a data source. Uh, so this is very powerful. So imagine a case scenario where, for example, you have some sort of workflow where users need to create some content for letters, and they got to be approved on several levels before the final letter is sent to a client. You can set up a SharePoint list where the initial users will be drafting a letter. You could have a flow to request approval to different levels, and until the letter is approved at the final level, then you have another flow like this one, uh, where it would generate the PDF letter and it could send it in an email, attaching an email to some client or something like that, and all that happening automatically. So powerful stuff. Hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching.